All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Exposing Powerful Lies. Thank you all for being here today. Please like and share. Thank you guys so much. What's up, everybody? What's going on? Hope everybody's had a good day so far. Hope you all had a good liturgy. Today's been a pretty decent day for me. Today was one of those days. It's like I'm in the choir, so some days it's like, oh, wow, choir sounded good, and some days it's like, I'm not very good at this singing thing. Like, and today was one of those days where I realized, like, oh, I'm not very good at this singing thing. But other than that, it was a really good day. I want to give massive shout outs to everybody in the chat. Hi, Ellie. Good to see you. Jason, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Ryan Darrows is finally in at the beginning of a stream. Let's do this. Well, I'm glad you made it, bro. This is a little bit earlier than what we're used to, but I did want to hop on it just in case somebody else wanted to hop on it before me, because I'm getting to it first. Because, last time we LARPed as a gay drama channel, it was actually really popular video. So we're going to do it one more time. We're going to do it one more time only because I just saw this thing and it made me really have a lot of reactions. And I was sitting here yesterday or the day before trying to figure out, I need a stream. I need to figure out a stream to do before the Father Turbo stream, right? Because your boy got to eat. Your boy got to make some monies, dog. And I was trying to figure out what stream. I was like, I got nothing. And then today I saw this stuff and I'm like, oh, I got a whole lot to say about this. so we're doing it. Jay Dyer's so mean. He's so mean and he hurt my feelings. And he's mean. Twitter wild right now after JD. That's what I'm saying. That's what we're here to talk about. And a bunch of people were asking me to do a call-in show. So today is our call-in show. I'm going to vet the calls, all right? Not everybody can call in, but if you want to call in, ask in the chat, right? I'm not going to say, yeah, I'm just saying, let me know you want to call in. I'll post the link. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys call in and you don't look like a crazy person, I'll totally take your call. But yeah, so it is available. I know Ortho Eric had mentioned he wanted to call in. Somebody else also had mentioned it in a comment. So if you guys want to, you let me know. And towards the end of the show, I will post the call-in links. We don't have to talk about this, the main topic, right? We could talk about whatever. Um, okay, before we get started, everybody, if you like the show and if you like the work we do, please do send in super chats and support the show. It really helps. And today, it really helps. Almost every time I do a show, it really helps because I pretty much do the shows when I need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's just get right into it. Many of you guys probably already know what's been transpiring. I mean, me and Jay, when I had Jay on, I brought up the whole OCA thing, right? And there's a little bit, there's two sort of different subjects going on now. Brought up the OCA thing, because he had mentioned it, and I do have some tweets, some of the recent tweets he made. We could talk about that, but the main one I want to talk about is this one, which actually doesn't have anything to do with the OCA. Where is it? Hang on, y'all. All right. Oh, I'm gonna have to find it again. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're doing it on the fly. On the fly. I thought I had it pulled up. Damn it. Hang on. All right. This is it. This is the one. I got it. Everybody, thank y'all for being here. Thank you for putting up my slow boyness. All right. So this is the tweet I'm talking about. Let me zoom in. Jay starts, all anyone has is that I mean, right? This is the same sort of complaint that we get all the time. We hear all the time about Jay. Jay's so mean. He said a person's argument was bad once, and that's so terrible. And he's talking about this tweet from this guy named Howard. So let's pull up that tweet. Let's see what Howard has to say. Howard's replying to a tweet by Thaddeus Patrick. You guys remember Thaddeus Patrick? Anybody here remember this guy? I remember that guy. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing this this show today, because we're gonna kind of get into that a little bit. Anyways, Howard says what is far more sadder is people coming into parishes and acting like Jay. It'd be less of a scandal if the bad behavior was limited to him. I've witnessed an inquirer completely derail a catechism class by trying to correct our priest with info he learned from Jay. Well, that's not a Jay problem. That's the catechumen's problem, right? I mean, if you're a catechumen and you're in class and the point is to learn, right? You probably shouldn't derail the class. I mean, if your catechesis class is teaching something that you know for a fact to be wrong, right? I mean, that's a difficult situation. I wouldn't even know what to do, right? Like, how do you know that you're right? I don't know. I'm not the proper person to be speaking about what to do in that situation. But obviously, like sitting there and disrupting a class is not correct. But I fail to see how that's Jay's fault. Like if you learn something from somebody and it's true, and then you go and use that information to do something bad, I wouldn't blame the person that they learned it from. You know what I'm saying? That's just silly. I don't know. It's just stupid. It's just like this. I don't know. They're just blasting Jay for no reason. But let's talk about what Thaddeus Patrick's original tweet was. Let's pull that one up. Where is it? And I got the replies to this Howard guy's message. But let's pull up the tweet that he's commenting on, because this one's annoying. We got Thaddeus Patrick. He's this dude. The first time I found this guy, Thaddeus, was, I'm not going to mention the name of the channel because I'm not going to sit here and like slander anybody, but it was a person, a person we were all friends with, and they had him on their channel. And the first time I saw this guy, he was going by Elder Thaddeus. And if you look at him, he looks like this. Hang on, let me pull it up. He looks like this. And he called himself Elder Thaddeus. So I was like, what? What? Elder? You're like 25, dude. Like, what are you talking about? You're an elder. Elder Thaddeus. So that was the first red flag, right? And I mean, whatever. Whatever. I don't know who this dude is. So, okay, he calls himself Elder. That's cool. And that was the first time. And then we started finding out that he was like talking shit about Jay. Always. This is what they do. They always do. And it's so funny because, like, I don't want to be that guy and talk about physiognomy or whatever, because, like, you look at me. Look at me. I mean, I'm a bony, scrawny guy too, right? So I mean, whatever. Being bony, that doesn't make you a bad person. But this dude is a life coach, And this is the thing that a lot of us find really cringe. I offer services as an Orthodox Christian coach for people looking to explore their psychological world from an Orthodox perspective, and especially how to apply the spirituality of the church fathers on a basic level to their lives. Well, I mean, ostensibly, okay, but like, isn't that what a priest does? Isn't that the role of a spiritual father and the church community? Like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird. I mean, I don't necessarily, I'm not going to sit here and say like for sure that's completely wrong, right? But it's just weird. It's just weird. The whole life coach thing, it's been a problem in the past, and this guy was actually one of the main parts that gave us sort of a bad taste in our mouth for the whole life coach thing. It's like if you're a diet coach, that's one thing, right? If you're like a personal trainer, fitness trainer, that's one thing. Being a spiritual, like an orthodox coach, that's so weird, dude. It's so weird. And of course, it has to come with, because if you make it a business model, right? You're selling yourself as, I am spiritual guy. I am guy who knows about orthodoxy. Let me tell you about it. Right? That's your brand. That's your the success of your business is incumbent upon you being seen as a spiritually advanced fella. Then what comes with that is the sort of, it necessitates the image, right? Of, I'm pious, I'm spiritual. Let me critique everybody's behavior, every little thing they do, and hold it up against the saints and say, that wasn't very Christian of you to do, right? And it's just so fake, dude. It's so fake. It's so phony, man. It's like, why are you pointing out everybody else's flaws? Why aren't you pointing out your own flaws? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to point at a behavior and be like, this behavior is crappy. You shouldn't do that, right? But the ones that they always attack Jay for are so lame. It's like, oh, he was mean 2 hours into a debate once, you know? He made a joke and he said the S word. Like, it's always like the lamest stuff. It's not even anti-Christian stuff. It's like he was debating this atheist guy who for 2 hours kept like debating in a circle, and then he was like, this is retarded, I'm leaving. And they use it like he is just the devil incarnate. You know what I mean? It's just so ridiculous, dude. Let me go back through the chat. I don't want to miss what y'all are saying for this one. I see we got Chase up in the house. What's up, brother? Dr. Crispy, hello, bigots. Hello, Crispy. Good to see you, bro. And shouts out to Toledo, Sabrina, all our homies, homeboys, homegirls. Chase says, yo, that wholesome Henry guy openly said Father Ananias was mentally ill and claimed he isn't even in the church. Just a heads up. Who's wholesome Henry? I don't even know who that is, yo. Was that the Howard guy you talking about? Eschatology, LOL. Because the two tweets I got pulled up are from Howard and Thaddeus. I don't know who wholesome Henry is, but that sounds like a terrible sounds like a terrible Twitter handle. Come on. Moldy says those clergy using the church to lurk around doing covert ops against people that actually care about the church. I mean, anytime, you got anybody doing good work, like that's when all the cringe goblins are gonna crawl out the woodwork and try to character assassinate you and try to attack you and all that stuff. He says, I got a good amount of info on that loser. Chase, you gotta call in, bro. You gotta call in. You gotta talk with me a little bit here. Get your mustache comb. Okay, comb your mustache a little bit and call in, dog. Call in. Ellie says, please join my support group for battered slow boys. We all been targeted by that meanie Japhus Dragger. We have soy milk at our meetings and teaching choirs how to block Jay. Yeah. Ellie coming in hot, coming out swinging. If you too have been affected, please come join us. Join us. I got people sending me screenshots right now. I just got the dirt just rolling in. And I do want to make it clear, y'all. I do want to make it clear, right? I'm not here to like go throw stones at anybody. Like, we're all garbage. We're all pieces of garbage or whatever. But what really, I take it personally, right? It bugs me because it's like, all right, so you want to sit here and you know what? No, let's just get into the tweets first, because that'll help me explain kind of how I'm feeling about all this. Anyways, let me get back to the topic at hand here. Let me share the right screen again. I'm getting ahead of myself, y'all. I need to slow it down. I need to slow my roll down a little bit. Now, where the hell is the tweets? All right. Wrong one again, dude. I think I accidentally closed out the screen that I was supposed to have. Just give me a second. Y'all, I still haven't slept. I probably should have told y'all that in the beginning of the video too. I still haven't slept since last night because it was, you know how it is, a Saturday going into Sunday. I'm like barely got any sleep. All right. So here's the tweet from Elder Thaddeus. Here's what he's got to say about Jay. And you tell me if this sounds condescending and gay as all get up. You tell me what you think. What makes me far sadder than the way Jay Dyer sometimes behaves is people responding to him by looking down on him. That's as much forbidden by orthodoxy as the way he talks to people. Pray God has mercy on him, and he'll become medicine for you instead of poison. And you'll become medicine for him instead of poison for him too. This is literally the only way the saints teach that we heal. The way of the cross, the way of forgive him, he knows not what he does, the way of loving your enemy and doing good to those who persecute you. Ego is contagious, but Christ gives us the option to be immune. Humble ourselves. Where are we? Will we tell the devil the buck stops here, or will we become his controlled opposition? Anything less than mercy simply makes us a hypocrite. I've been one more than enough times now. Lord have mercy, give us the love we point fingers at others for lacking. But you're pointing the fingers right now, dude. And like there's not like everything about that message is wrong, right? Yeah, sure. But like the way he starts it off is this condescending. What makes me far sadder than the way Jay Dyer sometimes behaves? Like he's talking like dude, you're like 25, bro. Jay, he's having really bad behavior. Jay, you need to go sit in the naughty corner. Your behavior, Jay, your behavior was really not good. Okay, you got to work on that behavior. All right, you're not gonna be able to play with your toys if you don't get that behavior worked on. All right, I don't know. It's just weird, dude. The behavior. What is Jay's behavior? The dude, again, the dude is just a dude, man. He's just a dude making videos online, trying to make a career out of making YouTube videos. And it just so happens that he's Orthodox, and it just so happens that he's knowledgeable on the subject. It just so happens that he puts out a bunch of content, both debates and lectures, which have helped to teach a lot of Orthodox a lot of things about church history and about different topics related to the church and to the faith, right? He's taught a lot of people a lot of things. Chase says, if you message me a link, I will. I'll message you the link. He's taught people a lot of things. You know what I mean? It's like but at the end of the day, he's just a dude. He's not like some priest. So I don't know why they feel the need to critique everything, single thing he does. You know what I mean? It's like you're not supposed to look at Jay and then mold your life off of this guy. You know what I mean? It's like just if you learn something good, if you don't, sorry, I guess. I don't know. You know, it's like I don't know what to tell these people, but they really just feel the need to just and what bugs me about it is that it's like he's helping the church. So why are you attacking him? He's not telling people behave the way I do. Follow me as the example. He's never said that. He's just offering what he knows freely as a helpful hand to other people who are seeking the truth. And it's like these people got to make a mission out of attacking him, and that's what tells me that it's not the most like authentic thing. Not saying that Elder Thaddeus is some covert op because he's not. He's not. He's just a And I don't want to accuse him of anything, but it's just lame, dog. It's just lame. He's just being lame. All right, let's hit some of the replies that this Howard fella got. Actually, no. I'm sorry. It's a thread that he did. So let's remind y'all how he started this, where he says, "What is far more sadder is people coming into the parishes and acting like Jay." Right? He said that, and then he continued it on down here. He's priming people to the delusion that theology is debate club and that our clergy are evil subversives out to get us. So what are you saying, Howard? Are you saying that there's no such thing as a subversive like priest? There's no such thing as a priest that teaches heresy or anything like that. There's no such thing as a priest that maybe it's got some ulterior motives. What's up, Chase?
What's up, girl?
I see you combed that mustache, but good.
Do you see me rolling? They hating.
What's going on, man?
I just wanted to call real quick and sorry if the audio is not the best. I'm just
Sound good.
stopping at Barnes and Noble to pick up a little notebook. And
Right.
so the Wholesome Henry dude, Ben Cabe of Theoria, um, he attacks Jay nonstop. So a lot of those Twitter threads are started by him. Wholesome Henry calls himself Wholesome on Twitter, which is funny. A little background: he doesn't have a priest because his priest was mean to him, and so he left his church.
Mm.
He has videos on his channel saying someone super chats or asks a question. Hey, I'm discerning between like Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism, or I'm a Roman Catholic, think about becoming Orthodox, and he goes, well, just do what feels right. Just do what feels right.
Yeah, just do what feels right.
I talked to him. I tried to join his Discord server. They didn't let me in, and I go, hey, I'm here to chat with Ben on a voice chat to hopefully clear up some misconceptions.
Right.
And his mods go, you're demanding a voice chat. I go, I never said I'm demanding. I said I'm happy to talk to him when he's free. And then he calls me on Discord, and we talk for about like 30 to 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
In that phone call, he goes, I go, so what's I'm confused. You call Father Ananias mentally ill, and in one of your tweets you said the Pharisees thought they were in the church too. And I
Right.
said, is he not in the church? And he goes, well, what does it mean to be in the church? And I said, within the body of Christ.
Right.
And then he goes, oh, so is there salvation? Are people outside the church saved? And I said, salvation is an individual thing. We don't make claims of people's salvation, but if you're in the church and if you're ordained, you're in the body of Christ.
Right.
And he goes, well, like, I wouldn't say that. The Pharisees thought they were in the body of Christ. And so he accuses clergy of not even being.
Is the church the body? That's the question. Is the church the body? Now, obviously, yes, you need to have Christ in your heart, right? You need to be a part of the mystical body of Christ, right? But the church is the body. I mean, the church is the heart, dude. Like, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
And he
Sure,
goes,
you can be in the church and not get saved, but like,
yep, exactly. And he goes, what did he say? And so he goes off in this stuff. And then I go, so what's your problem with them? And he goes, and I go, what did I say? I go, well, you accuse him being mentally ill. He goes, I didn't accuse him. I was trying to make it a call for help. And I go, dude, that's an insult and that's ridiculous. That's absurd. You know what you're
what do they
doing?
call that? What do they call that when when
Gaslighting.
well, that, yeah, but no, though there's a specific word. I've heard Tristan say it before, where it's like, I'm worried about you. I'm worried. I forget the word for it.
Well,
I don't,
they're all cry bullies.
right.
I like Jim Bob calls people cry bullies. I like that one a lot.
Yeah. I'm really concerned about you, Chase. Your behavior has been very worrying to me. Are you okay? Have you talked to anybody about this? You know what I'm saying? That sort of
Yeah,
thing. Like,
exactly.
concern trolling. Thank you,
So,
Sid, by
so
the
I'm
way.
on so I'm on a call with him, and he
Yeah.
right, and so he says that, and then I go, that's insane. And then you'll notice that Jay never says that even our the archbishop who he posted saying, oh yeah, Origen was a saint, and it's like
Yeah.
that's heretical, and then saying three ecumenical councils that condemned him got it wrong is heretical. He
Yeah.
didn't say that he's not a priest. He didn't say he's not in the church.
Right.
You don't say that, and
But
that's
Chase, he's priming people to the delusion that there are evil subversives in the clergy.
oh, you mean like the CIA openly admitted to doing?
You mean like the bishop that we literally just mentioned, who's
Yeah,
literally saying
exactly.
Origen's a saint?
And so last like couple things on this is where the heck is this spot? Um man, I'm driving through this mall
It's
thing.
the big building that says Barnes and Nobles on the front.
Oh, that is, you know what, I found it. Um but no, but so I'm on the call with him, right? And then I go, so what's your problem with Jay? And he goes, and I go, what teachings has he gone incorrect? He goes, well, I'm not familiar with his work.
Right.
And I go, but you attack him. He goes, well, I know the circles he runs in. And I go, what's wrong with his circles? And he goes, they say that those who aren't baptized in the church aren't received. And I go, Jay's never said that. Jay has never said that. And then he said it again. And I go, no, him and Father and I have never said that. He goes, okay, well, that's good. And then he goes, what did he say? He goes, but like, he's bringing in all these people that want to reform. And I go, how is anyone trying to reform the church? Can you name one thing? And then the call ended, and I go, did you lag out? And he goes, oh no, I had to go talk to my kid, which could be true, but he couldn't say one thing. And then he goes, and pastorally, this will not stand. So he's the judge of what's pastorally correct, right?
Yep.
And Jay, again, here's the thing. Jay just makes is used by God to make converts, and he tries his best, and then he goes, oh yeah, I'm impatient sometimes, I lose my patience, blah 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 blah. But these people like Theoria, if you look up Wholesome Henry on Twitter, he goes, Jay does not represent the church. And then someone asks him on Twitter, they go, do you represent the church? Who gave you a blessing to teach? He goes, I don't represent the church.
Right.
And
Well, Jay doesn't either. And you brought up a great point about them not being familiar with what Jay actually says, and they're actually judging him based off of random people that like they just assume are in his circles or are, associated with him or whatever. And it's like, yeah, any spurd could say anything, and then you could just assume that that's what Jay, like we heard Owen Benjamin when he was like, and Jay Dyer says I'm going to hell. It's like he's never said that. Never once said that. What are you talking about? You know what I mean?
And the thing is that really makes that bugs me is the fact that these people all do this, and then say, oh, how many people have you helped get into the church? Because Jay's helped thousands, and then the OCA there's people that have literally said, well, we don't want these young men.
Exactly.
We don't want these people. You don't want people joining the church, and then they'll say these platitudes like, oh, it's just these people bring in reform. You go, what reform? Can't say anything. Can't tell you a single thing. And they just speak in these platitudes. And there's a lot more stuff about about subversion in the OCA. And here's the thing. You'll notice no one in our camp is saying that the OCA is not canonical.
Right.
No
There's
one
great
is saying,
OCA priests and parishes and stuff.
yep.
Yeah.
No one is saying that they're not a part of the body of Christ.
There's bad ROCOR parishes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we're just saying that there's these issues, and we're not saying what Theoria, Ben Cabe is saying. The Pharisees thought they were in the church, but there's a lot more stuff that's going to come to light about the OCA in the next couple of weeks here, that and about Ben, that is just going to smack all these little losers. And they can. It's like, dude, my full name is out there.
Same.
I don't care if these people, if you see this, you can come after me. I don't care. You guys are fucking losers, and you're disgusting. And sure, oh, I said a bad word. Oh my gosh, you're disgusting, and this is pathetic. And I'm glad that no one's going, oh, Jay's perfect. Dude, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect.
He's just a dude, man. They literally, it's like this weird form of idolatry where they think he's like this like idol of people, and they have to smash the idol. But it's like the people that actually like appreciate Jay's work, we're just like, thanks for sharing your knowledge, dude. Like, thank you.
Yep.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks, man. That's it.
Thanks for making instant basically Grammy level music, like gossiping,
banger hits,
like Sexy Communist and stuff like this.
No, he's just saved us a bunch of time, man. I mean, really, like with the research, just saved us a bunch of time as far as reading through tomes of books for 10 years. It's like you can learn from him, and anything he says, you can go check into it, look into it. He's gonna be wrong on things. It's not like the dude's always right. Like, and he says that. It's just it's so stupid that we have to even talk about this, because it's like it just shows how people's heads, like the way they look at like public figures, is so skewed. And the fact that they got to critique every little single behavior the dude's ever did, every little bad word he's ever said.
Not a single thing about philosophy or theology or any of his content.
We're going to get to that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just, oh, he said something negative. And and Ben, when I was on that call with him, and I asked him, because he kept skirting around this radical ecumenism, right? And I go, because I had contacted him because he had attacked Father Ananias, because Father Ananias posted something on Facebook saying it said highway to hell, and then it said an Orthodox priest apostatized to Roman Catholicism. Lord have mercy. Right. There's nothing wrong with that at all. He's an apostate, and that's a negative, horrible thing on your soul. We're not saying anything about his salvation, but that is a highway to hell, is to apostatize. And I asked the guy, I go, why are you defending an apostate and you're attacking Father Ananias? And he goes, well, I know the apostate. And he didn't say apostate. He goes, I know him. I'm not worried about it. He's doing God's work.
Yeah, and then Origen was a saint, bro.
Yeah, he goes, this apostate's doing God's work. So that's the mentality of this Theoria loser.
Sure, if you mean in the sense of like God uses what men, what men intend for evil, God uses for good, then sure,
Yep. Yep.
I mean, that's just silly, dude. Yeah, I mean, when I was in the OCA being catechized, the priest literally told me the road to hell is paved with the bones of dead priests. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
like a common thing that's said. How is that controversial?
Yeah.
To be like, oh, this priest, fell off. Like that's
Yep.
the highway to hell. Yeah.
Yep. And then one last thing was that uh with this Ben guy, because he is involved in all of, like, a lot of the tweets you're bringing up are subtweets that were from his Twitter, Wholesome Henry.
Mm-hmm.
And
So wholesome.
yeah, so wholesome. And again, on that call, I go, what's the issue? And he brings up, oh, reform. What's the reform? Can't say anything. When I ask, why are you defending an apostate priest? He goes, he's doing the God's work. And I said, he's an apostate. And he goes, I go, you left the church for a false religion. He goes, well, I wouldn't call Roman Catholicism a false religion. He goes, they
Right.
believe in the Trinity. And I go, what Trinity? And he goes, well, it depends on how specific you want to get. And I go, well, the ecumenical councils and the church fathers were very specific. And before people go off and they go, oh, well, St. Augustine talked about filioque. Yeah, saints get things wrong. But then once it's condemned by a council, they submit to the council.
Right.
They submit. And
Right.
but yeah, I'll get off the call here in a second, but it's just, it
No, I'm
makes
glad
me
you hopped
sick.
on because I'm tired as heck, and you mentioned some good points. No, for sure. I mean, there's always this like pandering and this fake thing of like I'm great and this guy's bad, and I don't know. It's so silly, dude. So silly to me. And I did want to make the point that it's like I don't represent. I don't know what Jay thinks about this stuff. I'm just sharing my opinions on this. It bugs me because it's
Yep.
like I just see a guy helping people sharing the information that he has. It's really helped me. I've learned a lot from it. It literally is one of the big reasons why I'm in the church because of all the things I learned from him.
Yeah, but
And
you're
then
one
you
of the
see these
people they don't
people,
want in the church.
right? But then I see these people who claim to be Orthodox, and it's like you see a guy who's bringing a bunch of people into the church, and it's not even like he's trying to. You know what I mean? He's literally just putting his information out there, trying to have a career, as like an online internet personality or whatever. And it's having good effects. Like he said when he was on the show, he's like, I'm not trying to represent Orthodoxy. I'm not trying to be a theology like preacher or anything. He's like, I'm just putting out what I know, and that's that. And
And
it's
you
like,
think it feels good for him to get attacked like
no, of
this
course not.
nonstop from Roman Catholics, atheists, and now
Right.
these losers? And again, all of you losers that are doing this, I'm not saying you're not in the church, like Ben Cabe Theoria said about clergy.
Right.
I'm not saying you're not in the church. I'm just calling you a loser because you're a loser. But I was just gonna say one more thing before people go off and they're like, oh my gosh, like these weirdo people, you know, they only go to like Rocore and stuff. I'm in Go Arch.
Right. Right.
I have an amazing priest in Go Arch. Guess the sister parish near me, they also have a base priest. Guess whose work they suggest to catechumens? Jay Dyer, Father Ananias,
Mm-hmm.
all patristic faith, basically Father John Whiteford, all these people
Yeah.
you hate, Father Zachariah Lynch, all these
Yeah.
people you hate for no reason. These priests are recommending them, and guess what? This is going to make you really mad. I'm working with priests in Go Arch to make an entire curriculum to teach high schoolers philosophy and tag.
Yep.
And guess who that came from? It came from Jay and Father Ananias.
Right.
So
Well,
I'm
the truth
sorry,
hurts,
but
man. The
we're
truth
not going
hurts.
anywhere, dummies. We're not
Right.
going anywhere. And the church is going to get bigger. And
Yep.
you can either just go, you know what? I don't care for this person, but you need to go out and attack them.
Right. No,
But
dude,
anyway,
the
man.
truth hurts, man. And people, whenever it gets a little too real, they gotta attack because it's like the light, it shines, it reveals all your own pimples and your own grossness. And so to distract themselves from themselves, they have to, of course, shoot out to others.
Yep. And you'll
Anyways, go
notice
buy your books. Go buy
none
your
of these
Peppa
people
the
have a
Pig.
big platform. None of these people have
Right.
anywhere near as big of a platform as Jay going
Well,
on.
that's a common thing, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, it's a cloud chasing thing where it's like you're a small, public personality. So you attack a bigger one to try to drum up drama to get attention on yourself.
Yep.
This is a common thing that we see all the time. So,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
good point.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you letting me call in. I'm gonna go get her done here, but I'm gonna keep listening. But I
Word.
will talk to you later. And yeah, again, there's gonna be more stuff coming about. Like this stuff doesn't even scratch the surface of some of the stuff going on in the OCA with these subversives.
Right.
A lot of this stuff doesn't even scratch the surface of what's going to be coming out eventually.
Lord have mercy, man. It's like I told Jay, not to keep you longer, but it's like I told Jay, it's like if you're effective and you're good at what you do, the attacks are going to ramp up and they're going to get worse, and
Yep.
it's like we all just have to expect that. Not just Jay, but anybody that's out there speaking the truth is going to be attacked and slandered, and glory to God for that. That's the thing that's going
Yep.
to help us, in
And
our salvation.
something before I go, one last thing, even though I said one last thing 3 times, I think. Uh, During the iconoclasm crisis, guess who was critical in holding on to the tradition and the triumph of orthodoxy? The
Who?
laity.
Right.
And guess what? It's actually our job to go write letters respectfully going, your eminence, your blessing. I'm writing because I'm very concerned about the fact that a video surfaced of this bishop saying that Origen was a saint and denying the ecumenical councils, or saying why in the OCA why are they doing all these things, and why was this these strange liturgical things happening going on that are straight disgusting and heretical.
Right.
I'm concerned. Why is this happening? You can do that, and you can
Right.
be respectful and go, dear Father, right, your blessing, and then list out this stuff.
Right.
That's part of our duty. And guess what? If the OCA keeps going the way it's going, people are going to leave, and guess where their money's going to go?
To the better
Places that
parishes.
don't suck.
Exactly.
And that's what's going to happen. So do that. You can respectfully write to your priest, your bishop, your metropolitan, and get involved, because something we should have learned from the
Cool.
from the shutdowns is these loud screaming soy people are loud, and so people will go, oh, they must be the majority.
Right.
No, you're not. And if you talk to people, unless you're at a bad parish, I go to random parishes, our views are very just basic orthodoxy and traditional. We're actually the majority, and
Right.
so we should get louder.
Yeah. Right.
All right, man.
Exactly.
Well, I'm
All
gonna
right,
head out.
brother.
I'm gonna keep listening. Have a good one. See you
All right.
guys.
God bless. Thank you
Bye.
so much. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Christ is the truth. I mean, this is just the basic thing, is that Christ is real, okay? It's not a symbol, it's not this fanciful abstract philosophy or theology. He is actually real. He is actually God. He is actually the truth. And the truth is the truth, right? And it exists. It's objective. Right. And so that's why, yes, the majority of faithful Orthodox Christians actually love Christ and love the truth. Right. And they see this sort of fakery, this sort of fake posturing behavior, and they think, like that's fake. You know what I mean? You see fakeness, and it's like that's not Christ. That's fake. That's pandering. That's posturing, I should say. Right. So he's priming people. Oh, before I go on, everybody, actually, let me show real quick. Y'all, thank you so much. I want to hit the super chats that have come in, because we got a few super chats so far. And also I want to shill for the Father Turbo stream coming up. We got Father Turbo coming on the show in 2 days, y'all. 2 days, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 21st. I am so excited for that. I'm so excited for that, y'all. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. All right, shout out to Aaron. Thank you so much. He says funds for the resistance. $5, fist in the air. The resistance. $5 from Michael. I don't think he said anything. Let me just double check. Thank you so much. If you guys like the work, if you guys like the channel and you want to support, you can do so via Cash App, PayPal, or Venmo. All super chats will be read live, and I really, really appreciate it. Jason Scholson's $5 resistance fund. Thank you so much, brother. You're funding the guerrilla online tactics of watching cringe and pulling up videos of juggalos and stuff. The resistance. Anyways, let's get back to it. Yeah, so he's talking about, I hear, oh, he's bringing so many people to the church. Well, glory to God. But also, Lord, have mercy on any who understandably emulate his behavior. Again, what behavior is this? What behavior are you talking about, Howard? After all, he brought them to the church because they've just made orthodoxy 10 times harder on themselves. Okay, but what behavior are you talking? You see, he's mentioning this like vague behavior that Jay has. That's not okay. Are you talking about like the random sort of mistakes or errors or flaws, like quick to anger, quick to pride, quick to judgment. I'm the same way, just like 99% of y'all are the same way because we're all human, right? Is that the behavior you're talking about? But because he's public and because he has 100,000 viewers, right? More people, more eyeballs are on him, right? So you've probably got the exact same behavior, but you don't have as many eyeballs on you, right? So, oh, okay, but Jay's the bad one because he's just real and it's just how he actually is. You could point to him and say his behavior is so bad. See, when you do that, you're coming from this place that assumes that you're better, that his behavior is bad and it hurts and it'll make orthodoxy 10 times harder. You should be like me. You should be how I am. I never engage in such behavior as that. Criticism of Jay's witness isn't looking down on him. It's real concern about possible negative impact on souls and the life of the church. So the negative impact of what? Bringing souls into the church? The negative impact on the life of the church, what? Bringing people in, informing people on the councils and on books to read? Is that going to destroy the life of the church? Is that going to hurt the life of the church? What evidence have we seen from these guys so far? We've seen one thing. Uh, 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 a hearsay story about a catechumen that derailed a catechesis class. Again, what does he mean by derail? Was he just asking a question? We don't know. We don't know anything about it. It's just some story that some dude wrote on a Twitter post. Great. So apparently Jay's got bad behavior. Got it. Excellent. It would be nice if they could share what the behavior is, but oh well. What I don't like are all the false dichotomies. You can think the OCA is a woke mess and think that Dyer is an overrated lout. Yeah, that's true. You can not like Jay. That's fine. That's totally fine. But again, if you're Orthodox, you probably shouldn't make this whole thing about attacking him and about tearing him down, because at the end of the day, he's just a dude and he's an Orthodox dude. And we need more Orthodox people being public, right? Because when we're public, we can reach more people. We shouldn't hide in the shadows, right? We should actually be able to go out and tell people and be who we are and not be hiding it, right? There's nothing wrong with evangelizing. And then we see this one. Jay has been Orthodox for 3 to 4 years now. He has brought more people to the faith than I have in my 22 years. That said, it takes time to develop the phronema, and Jay deserves that time. Well, Jay's been doing this for a lot longer than 3 to 4 years. That's not even true. And then it takes time to develop the phronema. That's true. And Jay deserves time. That's true. I pray he develops into a loving and masterful apologist. He has talent for it. Lord bless him. Okay, again, do you see this sort of condescension, this sort of condescending attitude? And no offense to Handmaid Leah or whatever. I mean, I'm not hating on you, but I'm just saying that the fact is that he is a loving person and he is a masterful apologist. Those are two things that are objectively true statements. I can tell you for a fact, the dude is masterful at what he does. I would say he's like a ninja surgeon. You know what I mean? Watching him debate somebody, it's like a ninja and a surgeon combined. 10 minutes, done, dead, in the ground. And then loving, he's a loving guy. Again, people think that they know somebody by watching a YouTube video, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I saw him say shut up to somebody once. That means he's not a loving person. No, he's a perfectly loving human being, strengths and weaknesses, pros and cons, flaws and strengths, right? Again, people really think they know these people and they think that they're in a position to condemn somebody and really, and that's what they're doing. They're condemning his character, they're condemning his personality. He's a bad man. That's the presupposition they're bringing to the table. Jay's a bad man. He's a meanie. He's a mean guy. So that's basically what we're seeing. And of course, it's the same as we always see. It's the same stuff, man. It really is. Here's the wholesome Henry guy that Chase was talking about. I'm guessing you haven't read many of the church fathers, specifically those that called out people doing damage to the faith. And we see Thaddeus responding. I don't know. This is sort of out of context here. Let me try to see what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, here we go. Zip. I was appalled at what he did and just instinctively liking tweets bashing him, but you are correct. Sometimes letting hate like that fester makes you into a worse person than your offender. Something I have to internalize from now on. And Jay says, appalled by what? You people are ridiculous. I was appalled. My good, wholesome Christian morals were offended when I watched Jay Dyer singing about falling in love with a hobbit. It really upset me on a deep level. Kino says, I loved his content when I was a catechumen. It's a shame how much of it is poisoned by the outside influence or his methodology of debate. It seems like it's a mixture of others trying to dogpile on him and the amount that, okay, and I cut that tweet off. And that's what I want to bring up too. Is one of the earlier tweets, I think it was Thaddeus that brought it up, was talking about how he's making theology into a debate club. It's like theology, that's not what he's doing. Debate is a tool that intelligent people can use, right, to find out truth, right? It's like it's a tool. It's not. He's never said, "Oh, debate is perfect," right? Debate can be harmful. It can be helpful. We all know the pitfalls that come with debating. If you got people that are in bad faith, it's like it can become this optics thing where whoever's got the stronger rhetoric, it doesn't necessarily matter if they're true or if their point is true, because if they got the flashy thing and they'll say the thing that their audience wants them to say, oh, I won, hurrah. But if it's two people in good faith and they are sincere and they want to know the truth and they bring what they honestly believe and they're there to learn and to say, I think this. No, I think that it can be a helpful tool. This is basic stuff that everybody should already know. I don't understand why this stuff is so hard to understand. And again, I'm tired as hell, y'all. I haven't even slept yet. And it just made me mad. It just made me mad seeing this stuff. And so I wanted to do a stream on it. And I wanted to open up the phone lines for some calls. So, Maddie, where the heck are you, bro? I'm waiting for you. I sent you the link, dog. I thought you were going to call in right after Chase. So call in, Maddie. And if anybody else wants to call in, let me know in the chat. Let me scroll through the chat and see what I'm missing. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Please like and share. And please support the show. I could really use it today, y'all. I could really use it. Your boy could really use it. If you super chat, you'd be my best friend. Be my best friend ever. You want to be my best friend? You could be my best friend today. All you got to do is send in one of them super chats. You be my best friend. Anyways, let's see what y'all are saying. Moldy, for real, Jay has been studying fervently for decades. These goons are whack in their assessment. They are whack, dude. They're straight up whack. Yo, Chase was dropping it like it's hot when he was here. He's just like dropping. I was like, damn, Chase, tell me how you really feel, brother. Tell me how you really feeling. Amptown, good to see you, Amptown. Oh, Jason. Shouts out to Jason. Jason, can you message me on like a Discord or Instagram or something? I know you probably don't have those things. Could you just make like a burner Instagram and message me on there, please? I want to ask some questions about the sponsored stream. I want to be able to ask you questions without it just being on the live chat. You know what I'm saying? David says, is Thaddeus offering Jay some free life coaching? I think he might be. Dude. I think Thaddeus might be trying to get another customer, if you know what I'm saying. Not in my Christian Minecraft server. Yeah, exactly. They always gossiping, dog. Why are they always gossiping? Yeah, total degenerate. Married Funko Pop. Hobbit on the side. Dude, that's so messed up. These guys are kind of wolves in sheep clothing. That's exactly what they are. And that's the thing is I was trying to avoid pulling up their pictures and going, look at what these people look like. Because look at me, y'all. I look like a piece of garbage. I got gross, greasy hair. I need a shower. My face all bony. I'm all skinny. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit there and point out some, oh, look at this guy. He looks like an idiot. But I mean, really, you look at these guys and they look like an idiot, dude. It's like, I don't know, man. They're definitely wolves in sheep's clothing. And I based the way that I described him was it's like a male feminist. That's the vibe I get from it. It's like those guys that are like, I'm on your side, girl. I'm telling you, the patriarchy's oppressing you. I'd never oppress you like that, girl. Those are the predators. Those are the bad ones, right? And that's exactly what these people are like. Is they're that Jay? He's so mean. He's such a bad Jay. I would never treat you like that. I'd never call you retarded. Never. It's just evil, dude. What's up, Maddie?
How you doing?
Good. Where are you?
I had to
You
call
lost
in.
your face.
I had to call in on my phone because my laptop does this thing where every now and then whenever I open it up, it decides it doesn't want to turn on, and it takes like half an hour to turn on. So I'm working with it right now.
Nice.
So yeah, that's fun. Yeah. So
what's going on, man? How you doing? Shout out your channel so everybody knows.
yeah, it's if you go, I'm trying to think of the easiest way to to find the channel. If you search like Digital Minefield on YouTube, it should be the first thing to come up. Also, if you go to youtube.com/therealcooterbrown, you can also find it that way. So that'll take you on to there.
Yeah, Digital Minefield, he's great. Y'all go subscribe. He just started his channel, small channel, but me, Basically Analyzer, all the homies are always up on there. So definitely go check it out.
Yeah,
you and
BLA are basically regulars at this point.
Yep. Oh, we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with it. But yeah, so did you see these tweets that happened before the stream?
Yes, yeah, I've been following this for the last on and off for the last day or two, and it's interesting. Something I was just thinking about is, and you see this with other like some of the big YouTubers, like one in particular. I don't know if you ever heard of HRH Collection.
No.
She's a pretty big YouTuber, and I've listened to a few of her videos. She's pretty funny. She just kind of rants into the camera. But the reason I bring her up is because like she has fans, but the people who pay the most attention to her are the people who hate her.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing I think we're seeing here is, the people, like the people who enjoy, I'm not going to call them fans because that sounds weird, but like the people who enjoy, Jay's content and, who supported, super chat in the live chats, sharing it, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Like those are the people who, like, we all appreciate his work, some people appreciate it for different reasons, but the people who are like obsessed with him are these people who are, just freaking out because, he's mean because he dunked on somebody on Twitter. And it's like, literally, if that's what Twitter's basically for,
right.
Is teeing off on people, the same Tripoli says.
So you're saying that's why they're butthurt because of his Twitter behavior and not necessarily his YouTube stuff. It's like because he calls people out on Twitter when they're talking nonsense.
Or I just mean like the people who are the most obsessed with him and the people who it's like the people who hate him. Everybody else, it's like, no, I mean, we appreciate his work, and I don't know the guy personally. In my limited interactions with him, like he's been cool to me. It's just interesting to see like these people who like I've seen a few people's profile, and it's always anonymous profiles, which I don't have a problem. Like I'm fine with being anonymous online, but it's usually people with like anime profile pictures. Mm-hmm. And if you go on their profile, it's just tweet after tweet after tweet of how horrible he is. And, it's people with like 18 followers and, and just like tweeting constantly.
Well, think about it. If he is bringing up things like institutional subversion, foundation funding, Freemasonry, CIA, that sort of influence, they're not going to really like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when you're pointing that kind of stuff out, like there's going to be, certain negative influences in institutions which are not going to like that, right? If they're getting exposed. And so it just makes sense, right, that all these heads would pop out the woodwork. And it's not like all of them are, bots or anything, but they're going to be there, there's definitely going to be that. I'm sure some of them are honest, like that Thaddeus guy. I don't think anybody's paying Thaddeus to be a Spurg. I think he's just a Spurg. I think it comes naturally to him, what I mean? But I bet there are, sock accounts and stuff that literally are attacking him because it's like, we can't let this guy get too popular. We can't let this guy get too much reach, too much, influence, because he's calling us out. He's helping people, see through the nonsense. So.
Yeah, and to that same point, I mean, it's because you mentioned the subversion, and it's interesting because when it comes to the that kind of subversion, is that I've seen some people point out on Twitter where there was that flyer and some of the photos going around from that like interfaith gathering or whatever it was that Paris. I think it's in New York City, right. And some people were saying, "Oh, well, this is one fringe parish that's not that popular," and everybody was like blasting the priest or whatever for it. And so people like, this is one isolated incident. Why do you care? Why are you making a big deal? And it's like, well, the problem is that's how it starts. It doesn't start with every pair like 50% or 25%. Like it starts with one. There's one place that lets it in and allows for that kind of thing, and then it goes from there. And so it's like, that's why it's so important and like I didn't know anything about that until I saw it get posted on Twitter the other day. But it's like for the people who do know, that's why it's one of the reasons why it's so important to call that out, is because you can't let that kind of thing take hold, and people need to be aware of it so they can be on guard for it, and so that doesn't spread.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure, man, for sure. And I just think it's hey, there he is. What's up, brother?
I finally gave up on the laptop. I'll deal with it later.
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever, man. Yeah, no, I think it's important that people understand this. Like, these attacks, these kind of people coming out and hating on them. It's like that's gonna be par for the course, and to not get swept up in it, and to not get swept up in any sort of cult of personality. It's like this like extreme on one side or this extreme on the other. You got these people that like idolize Jay but with hatred. They like you were saying, they focus, they watch him more than anybody. The haters, it's important not to get swept up in that, and also not to idolize him on the other end of the extreme either. It's like the dude is just a dude. Like, he's a dude sharing his information. Like, why are you guys like freaking out about this guy? Like, he's got to be taken. He's this meanie. Let's go like start all these Twitter threads about him. It's like, dude, like if you don't like him, don't watch him. I don't understand why you feel the need to like make this whole thing, because this is a pattern that we keep seeing over and over again as people disliking him to the point where they feel they need to make it public, and they need to let everybody know. And actually, Slowboy shared this with me, so let me try to pull it up. So she shares the real reason why they're attacking him so hard. Let me do this here. It's the Ancient Faith Radio. Whatchamacallit? I know you probably can't see this. Yeah, it's their whatchamacallit. Basically Jay Dyer's. Yeah, what do they call that? The analytics.
Yeah, analytics. Yeah,
analytics. I messed it up. Anyways, but yeah, that's it. It's their analytics, right? Ancient Faith Radio not doing as good as JD and as Patristic Faith. So, sad. They're sad. They're butthurt, and what can you do, man? What can you do? Shouts out to Truth Seeker, drops another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, everybody. Seriously, thank you so much for helping me out. You're all my best friends. Everybody who super chats tonight, you're my best friend ever. For tonight though, it's just me and my super chatters tonight. Anyways, y'all. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had, man. I just wanted to hop on. I wanted to give people a chance to call in, because I've been having a lot of people telling me, what I'm saying, do a call-in show, and the people telling me to do that aren't here right now, so I guess they missed out. But these kind of accusers and piety signals always have weird physiognomy too. It's unavoidable. Well, that's a good point. Let's pull it up. I will bring it up, because honestly, this is it's just silly, y'all. It's just silly. Let's look at the Howard guy.
Who is it? Who is this?
I'll show you. This is the one tweet that we shared. This Howard guy. This was the tweet that Jay had shared, and it was Howard replying to a Thaddeus Patrick tweet. This guy looks like Bob Dylan, kind of. He's got that boomer Bob Dylan look. You know what I mean? And then let's see. And then there's the Thaddeus dude. Hang on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. And like I said, I don't want to sit here and make fun of the way people look, because I look like a goofus too. But I don't know, man. It's just like, use your discernment, dude. It's like, I don't know, this weird obsession with this guy, and you have to take him down. I don't know, man. This guy Thaddeus, do you remember him? Remember him from back in the day?
I don't think I've ever had any direct interaction with him. But I see his tweets floating around, and I don't.
He was involved in some drama like way back, just amongst our own friends, like him coming up and attacking Jay. This was like 2 years ago or a year ago or whatever. But
I think I vaguely remember that.
Elder, I'm Elder Thaddeus. It's like, bro, you're 25 years old. What are you talking about? You're like, he's like an ex-Mormon or something like that. I don't know his story. I don't freaking study this dude's life, but from what I know, it's like he's like some ex-Mormon, or he's in some weird church, and he was like he was an elder. I don't know. He called himself he straight up called himself Elder Thaddeus.
Well, I was going to ask, because, and I'm still new to this, but it's my understanding like elder isn't an official designate, like, because like Saint Paisios, I think it was Elder Paisios.
Well, yeah. I mean,
when he
like
was still alive, so
church.
it's like that's a real thing. But
yeah,
I mean,
ain't no way 30-year-old Thaddeus is an elder in this church, dude.
Right?
I'm sorry, and if he is, what is there, like 5 people in your church, bro? Come on now. Come on.
Yeah,
now.
that's it's I don't know, man. It's just weird, and I had another point I was going to make, and now I've lost it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Ellie says, "See how nice Jer Bear is while reading super chats. I ain't pointing no fingers, but he who shall not be named, Jay, he not so polite with the super chats. Hashtag mean exactly. That's why you got to super chat more so you can get more niceness from me. Told y'all, you guys gotta be my best friend. Look, guys, I could go the nice route or I could go the guilt trippy route. I will die tonight if you don't send in super chats. I will die. I will literally starve to death. That ain't no joke. I'm gonna die. So, feel obligated morally to support the show. I would really appreciate it.
Yeah, I
But
back that 100%. But
thank you
I
so
mean,
much. Guilt them,
well,
please. Tell them how mean they are if they don't support the show.
everyone who does not support the show right now is, I'm gonna, whenever I become world controller and I'm controlling the social credit score system, I'm gonna remember who super chatted Jerry tonight and who
Oh
didn't.
yeah, I'm writing down names, dude. I'm writing down names, comparing it with the names in the live chat. I'm like, oh, he didn't
But
do it. He didn't do it.
well, just one last, I think, and I've stayed out of, like, I've read a lot of these tweets. I've stayed out of any kind of the back and forth on it, but
Yeah.
it's just interesting. The same thing, and people have been pointing this out, and that this is surviving sheep.
I'm sorry.
No, that was hilarious. But it's just funny because this is the same thing. Like, people go after BPF and BHM for this, and
Yep.
people just say, like, oh, they're just mean. And people have been hammering the people who are like, oh, Jay said this, Jay said that. And so people have been hammering this on Twitter. I'm like, okay, well, what has he actually done that's so problematic? What has he said? Oh, he called somebody a dummy in a debate. And it's like, okay, that's it.
He's real. He's not that's they take being real as being mean. You know what I mean? It's like he's just honest. They're just honest. And I guess they're so used to like the sickly sweet poison pill, that like Hollywood gives you, or that all these fake celebrities give you. So I'm so nice. Look at I'm so nice and soft and cuddly and stuff. It's like they see a real person. Like BPF is a perfect example. Just a dude, just a regular dude. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna like sugarcoat shit. He's gonna tell you if you're an asshole. It's like they say, that is so bad. And there is something to be said about, saints and gentleness and the spirit of gentleness. It's sure, but it's like, okay, so Jay's not Christ, sorry, neither am I, dude. Like, neither are you. Like, who are you to throw the stones? That's the whole point. It's like, come on, dude. Like, just come on. Where are you coming from? It always comes with this presupposition of like, they're not like me, he's bad, I'm good. And that's what I always see from it. Thank you so much, Amptown. She sends in $25. Dang, biggest super chat at night, $25. She says, please don't die. Now because of you, Amptown, I will not die tonight. And honestly, it's you. It's all you, Amptown, and everybody else that super chatted. You are now my best friend of the night. Amptown's the one. She always gets gold stars in the chat. Every time we do watch along, she's always guessing the endings to movies. So Amptown's like our star. I don't know. She's our star player on the show. Thank you so much, Amptown. I really appreciate you.
I did remember. I know you wanted to wrap this up. I just had one last thing.
I mean,
remember what I was going to
it's
say.
not that I necessarily want to wrap it up. It's just that I still haven't slept from last night, and I'm tired. And it's like, I mean, I'll keep it going. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, I'm gonna run out of stuff to say eventually.
Yeah, no, I remembered what I was going. The thing I was going to say a minute ago, and I forgot is I remember seeing, and this was a while back. I remember seeing some tweet where someone was saying that, oh well, Jay focuses too much on like debate and he's like mean and he should, like, why doesn't he talk, he's always talks about arguments and philosophy and theology, like why doesn't he should talk more about how much he loves Jesus. And I'm pretty sure this person it wasn't a joke tweet, like they were being serious,
right?
And it's like,
because if you love Jesus, you tweet about it. That's what you do. That's how you show you love Jesus. Prove to me you love Jesus. Tweet about it, Maddie.
Yeah, tweet about it. And instead of
I can judge your love of Jesus by your amount of tweets about how much you love Jesus. So y'all, I'm going through all y'all's Twitter, and we're gonna find out just how much you love Jesus. Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna see who the real Christians are.
Right. Exactly.
And it's like, okay, I mean, who do you want to listen to a 4-hour live stream on things that are actually helping people get out of bad theology? Or would you rather sit there for 4 hours, listen to a guy just tell you in different ways how much he loves Jesus? And like,
Acoustic guitar. That's a great point, though. That is a really great point. Acoustic guitar, sandal guy singing "Kumbaya" around a campfire. Like, I love Jesus, He's like, yeah. It's like I'd rather hear about ancient heresies and how we can spot them today and all this stuff. Jay talk. That's a great point.
Yeah, so I think that's and look, I don't, just so nobody misconstrues what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like downplaying the importance of loving Jesus. I think people probably understand.
We're all Christians here. We all love Jesus.
Yeah, like we all do. But yeah, just the idea that
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. I mean, but then it's like, oh, if you do that, then
No, you're right.
I don't know.
That's a good point. You're talking. They're critiquing Jay because he should talk more about how much he loves Christ. You know how you can prove that you love Christ? By doing service to the truth, because Christ is the truth. And so if you're out there and you're speaking the truth, you're shining the light into the darkness. You're speaking the hard truths, right? It's a truth, but it's uncomfortable because that's the thing. Is every real Orthodox Christian knows. You come into the church and then it's kind of uncomfortable. It kind of hurts a little bit when that light gets shown on you. It hurts. It stings because we realize all the evil in ourselves, and it's a difficult struggle. It's a difficult fight. Truth. The healing of the broken arm isn't sweet. It doesn't feel good. It hurts when it's healing. The truth hurts, man. And it's like people want the warm hug of opium and not the stinging truth of Christ. And that's it's messed up. I mean, Christ does give us peace, but it comes with struggle. It comes with suffering. It comes with turmoil, and that's just the nature of what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it is uncomfortable, but it's necessary, I think, for growth.
Yep. Mixkey says, I deleted my Twitter. Does that mean I don't love Jesus? Mick, I'm not saying that it means that you don't love Jesus. I'm just saying that it really hurts your cases. That's what I'm saying. It makes me question your love of Jesus. I'm going to have to go back into the Internet Archive and take a look at your Twitter before you deleted it, and then maybe we'll see. We'll see. You're still in the running though. Sabrina, yo, shouts out to you, Sabrina. You're the best. She says, it's Sabrina. Don't go hungry. Thanks for the stream. Well, now you're my best friend. Sorry, Amptown, you're old news. Sabrina's my new best friend. Sabrina, thank you so much. You're the best. You're the best so much. No, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate all you guys. Seriously, like I know it's terrible, but I'm like, well, I'm broke. I need to do a stream. Like that's just where I'm at right now until my job starts back up. I'm like, I gotta do a stream to survive. So But hey, I actually think that this is an important topic to cover. I mean, I see it, and I see it all the time. I mean, you've been in the chats for years. You've been. This isn't our first rodeo. This ain't the first time that these people, and it's not even the first time for these specific characters to come out taking shots at Jay. And now it's to the point where we're seeing people in the actual hierarchies of some churches straight up attacking Jay, priests and stuff. And it's just sad to see because it's like if you love Christ, if you love the church, you want to see more people who are effective like Jay. If you don't like Jay, you think he's a jerk, you think his personality is abrasive or what, like fine, who cares? Then don't watch his stuff. You don't have to like him. He's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But he is doing good stuff and he is giving people good education, and for free, for something that you don't have to pay any money for at all. You can go and there are literally thousands of hours of content on Jay's channel where you can learn about ecumenical councils. You can learn about the ancient heresies that are here today. You can learn about, different cults and stuff. You can learn about all this different stuff. And it's like really well researched, sourced stuff. And he has great guests on, clergy on, all this stuff. It's just like it's a good resource, like it, don't like it, use it, don't use it. But like, why the hatred? Why the vitriol? When I ask that question, I think, okay, there's something more to this. You know what I mean? There's something more to this. This is either just the sort of antichrist spirit that hates truth, which might be taken a little too far, or to take it even further, it might be the fact that he is calling out the sort of institutional subversion, which in the future is going to ramp up more and more and more because we're seeing it ramp up already. We're seeing the sort of push towards ecumenism, like we've talked about for many weeks, push towards reunification with Rome, the sort of subversion of the church from the inside and the outside. I mean, this is the religion of the future. You know what I mean? It's the Antichrist. So of course, as time goes on, it's going to get worse and worse. And so that's what I see when I see this kind of low level grassroots hatred of Jay's work and stuff. Is it's not that they hate Jay, it's they hate anybody who's going to come out and speak the harsh truths. You know what I mean? It's not just Jay. It's like any one of y'all. If any one of y'all had 100,000 subscribers and we're saying the stuff that Jay is saying, you're going to get the same kind of hate. And the reason why I'm doing a stream like this, other than not starving to death, is because I just want to tell y'all, support the good people. Like if you appreciate what people are doing is good, like support them. Jay has told us a million times, find priests, find clergy that you can trust, that you can put your trust in, and that you can be obedient to without worrying about, are they going to let like Freemasons like in the church? Like, is that cool? Because some churches that's cool. Some churches they don't see a problem with it. So you really have to trust your priests. You have to be able to trust your parish and your hierarchs so I don't know, man. It's just support the good people is my point. And I think that anybody that is speaking the truth is going to be attacked, and Christ tells us that much. He says, if you were of the world, right, then the world would love you, but because you're not one of its own, they hate you, just like they hated me before you. you know I've set you apart from the world, and they will persecute you, like, because you are basically, if you're in Christ, then you represent the truth to the demons. The demons don't, it's not that they hate you, that you're so special that they're going to come and attack you. They're attacking you because they see Christ in you, and that's what they hate. Matt, it disappeared on us again because I'm ranting. I was ranting so hard that he literally shut it. He walked away. He's like, I'm done.
No, I'm still here. I had my laptop phone that came on and it started
Nice.
playing something, so I had to deal with
Nice.
that real quick.
Nice. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, that really is what the way I see it. That's
I
the
think
way Jerry sees it.
there's a racket going on in the background. Hopefully that's not coming through
It's fine.
the mic.
You're
But
good.
I was going to say real quick, I think that's there's a lot of people who say like, oh well, he's teaching and he acts like this. Like, well, no, like there's that's a misunderstanding of like teaching, that it's not like going to a catechism. Like I'm going through catechism right now, and like that's what he does is not a catechism class. Like he's
Right.
talking about theology. It's not like, oh, I'm going to teach you, because he said a billion times, like, I'm not your spiritual father. I'm not a priest. I don't want to be a priest. Don't come to me with your spiritual questions.
Right. That's a great point. Is that, yeah, exactly. It's like, what does teaching mean? You know what I mean? Like in that sense, like, don't he said when he was on my channel, he was like, I'm not trying to be like some theology teacher. I'm not. He's like, that's really not even my place. It's just that unfortunately there's not a lot of people out there doing it right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's like just sharing your opinion. There's a hierarchy of opinions, right? This is something that I learned from my priest. Is that it's like in the world, right? Let's say it's you and your wife, right? There's a million opinions out there in the world, right? You've got to have a hierarchy of opinions that you listen to, right? So, like, let's say the wife. The wife listens to her husband's opinion more than she's going to listen to some random dude on the street's opinion, right? And she's going to listen to her priest's opinion more than she's going to listen to some random dude on the street's opinion. And she's going to listen to the church fathers and the saints, their opinions, more so than some random dude on the street. It's all, you got to have a structure that you listen to. Otherwise, it's total chaos. And so, yeah, it's like, Jay is not your spiritual father. He's not your husband. He's not your priest. He's not your bishop. He's not a saint. So it's like, yeah, if Jay's saying something that's totally in conflict with the mind of the church, then don't follow Jay. We're not sycophants. We're not people that idolize and worship Jay Dyer. We're people, that's what they call us, Dyerites and stuff. It's like, why? Because I see him, I think he's real, and I'm like, good job, good work. I appreciate, thanks, dude. I'm gonna support the good one. I'm gonna support the dude doing good work who's sincere. I don't know, man. That's why I just say real recognizes real, because that's really all the way I see it as. It's like, whatever, man. They're gonna say all this stuff, and they're gonna misframe it, and they're gonna straw man. They're gonna say, oh, you guys are just idolizing him, but really it's just the projection. It's like, no, you are like hate idolizing the dude. Like, I see him for what he is. I don't know what you're doing over there in your basement or whatever, but shouts out to Aaron Knapp, sends another $3. He said, the world doesn't need nice guys. It needs good men. Exactly, man. I was just thinking about that the other day, because I could definitely be a little bit of a nice guy sometimes. And I mean, hey, gentleness is great and stuff, but my whole life my kindness has been mistaken for weakness over and over and over again, because obviously I'm not the most physically strong person in the world, but like when I was traveling and stuff, never once got in any trouble, and I was around a lot of danger, and it's because I used my brain to avoid it. You know what I mean? It's like I could spot it from far away, and I kept me and my girl safe, not from my brawny strength, but from my sort of intellect or whatever. And so I'm very confident and comfortable being able to spot danger. That I try to be nice. I like being nice. I like being a friendly person. But because of that in my life, like I've just experienced that a lot of times. Or you're nice to people, just you're weak. They just assume, oh, that's weakness. It's like, I don't know, man. But I agree with what you're saying. The world doesn't need nice guys. And I mean, there is something to be said about gentleness and kindness and sweetness. Again, Jay's a human being, dude. He is nice. Like, he's a nice guy. Like, this whole thing, it's like this false framing. He's a mean guy. This is the presupposition that we're bringing to the table, that Jay's a meanie. And it's just such a joke, dude. It's like, y'all don't even know him. Like, y'all watch videos where he's arguing with some spurt for 2 hours, and then you judge him because at the end of it, he's like, dude, this is so dumb. Like, the whole argument's just dumb, dude. It's dumb. Jason, same with me, EPL. I always chose to be self-sacrificial and nice to my own detriment. Took a lot of work to no longer be that in a toxic way. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard being so sweet and nice. You know what I'm saying? It's hard just being the nicest guy in the world. Jason gets it. It's hard. I'm a fucking sweetheart. That's what I always say.
Sometimes I wish I was nicer.
Yeah. You are. You're such a jerk, man. Why are you such a jerk, dude?
Well, see, no, it's I'm cool because like y'all are cool, but dealing with people in the world is just like every day is so that's a struggle for sure.
Yeah, yeah. People will suck the niceness right out of you. That's for sure. You see, you see enough people, and it can definitely drain all of the friendliness right out you. Anyways, y'all, man, we got a massive audience. It just keeps growing. It's like I want to wrap it up, but now we're at 93 viewers. I'm like, well, shit, we should probably keep going. Man, anybody, call in links. Oh, Jethro says, Jerry, you got to keep rolling. JD just here. Well, no wonder we're getting such a boost now. Now I gotta totally switch topics and just like start saying something just terrible. Oh, JD shared it. All right, now I'm gonna tell you about my multi-level marketing scheme. All right, I got this thing called Cutco knives. Listen, now, if you buy into it, we're all gonna get rich together. All right. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna share the call-in link. See if anybody wants to call in and share your opinions. I will be vetting the calls, so if you're weird, I'm not gonna let you. It's not like, oh, hey, there's a link. I'm just gonna get on the stream. But there's the call-in link if anybody wants to call in. Jethro, somebody offered me $5 if you call in. If you personally call in, I'm gonna make $5. So if you don't call in, Jethro, I'm gonna consider that you taking $5 out of my pocket. All right, that's how I'm gonna take that.
I'll
Nobody
add
can
5
tell
to
me
that.
otherwise.
I'll match that $5 if Jethro calls in.
I'm just kidding with you, Jethro. I'm not gonna put you on the spot like that. He's anon. He's an anon for sure.
Yeah, him and OK are like the two most anonymous dudes
Oh yeah,
around
okay,
here.
is even more anonymous than Jethro, man. He's straight up never leaves the beach. He's always on the beach, always. Let's go scroll through the chat, see what everybody's saying. Amptown says that's funny. Nice people want to be meaner, and mean people want to be nicer. Well, the grass is always greener, isn't it? Always. Like I said, it's hard being this nice. It's hard being this handsome. It's hard being this friendly and kind and generous, courteous, charitable. It's hard being this handsome. I don't know. Think of some better adjectives.
Well, it's the one thing one of us can all strive to do, but never do, is be as humble as BLA. We can all try, but it's a futile endeavor.
That's right. Shouts out to the Basil Analyzer. Everybody go subscribe. But shouts out to our homie right here, Maddie, Digital Minefield. Go subscribe to Digital Minefield on YouTube, man. Guy's awesome dude. Johan said, I prefer to educate kids by sending them to the salt mines near the confiscated electronic devices factory. But bullying might work too. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good call. Good call. Bring salt mines back for sure, right? Bring child labor back. Better times, better times. David says, Jerry's not afraid of nothing because he knows how to shinny up a tree and get away from trouble. David, you so funny. Oh boy. Jason says it's wild out there nowadays, dude. It sure is. It sure is. Toledo says I relate, Jer. When someone describes me in the past, it's been in a condescending way that I'm nice, which they mean weakness. I may be polite, but I'm not stupid. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is like there's a truth there, of like certain weak, because like a lot of like the nice guys are predators, you know what I mean? Like a lot of like the really, like the male feminists we were talking about earlier, the really sickly sweet nice guys, the Thaddeus Patricks of the world, a lot of those male feminist types, like they are the predators, they're the manipulators. They're not the ones that are going to just be straight up with you and honest. They're the ones that are going to be like, nah, girl, you slay, queen, the patriarchy's so bad, like, because they're trying to what's that called, outcome manipulation, they're trying to manipulate, they want to say the right thing so that you do what they want you to do instead of just be real, and that's why I just try to support the people that I think are being real. And naturally, if you're real, if you're in the truth, if you're speaking the truth, right, then the people who aren't are going to see that, and your mere existence, the mere existence of the truth, is enough to make them realize how gross they are, and then that's why they want to put it out. It's the same thing with the demons in Christ, because that's ultimately what it is. It's like the mere existence of Christ, the mere existence of the light, is enough to reveal their own ugliness, and so that's why they got to smother it. They got to smother the light, put the light out. We're seeing too much of ourselves here, So that's the way I see it. That's the way EPL done sees it, y'all. That's the way I done see it. Dog, I get all my advice from the dude at the hot dog stand on my street. He's in league with the French fry pope of the future. Well, that's good advice. Everybody, follow Mixky's advice there and go talk to your local hot dog man. I had an addiction counselor once. His name was Cocaine Cogagny. Everyone called him Cocaine. That was random, Jason, but I like it. I like it. Also, Jason, I want you to know, shots at the Jason, shots at the Slowway Whiteboard. Both of y'all sponsored streams. I will be getting to it. Please, please, please bear with me. I'm so sorry making y'all wait. That's why I asked you to message me, because I'm going to tell you a little more about that in private. But just please know, it's coming. All right, it's coming. I'm baking it in the oven. Them sponsored streams are little buns in the oven right now. They're getting baked to perfection, I promise.
You got to make them wait another 6 weeks and then do like a 19-minute stream on whatever the topic was.
Right. No, I got to be like one of those contractors that like build shacks in the back or whatever. They're like, oh, I know that like initially it was 100, but actually the more work I did, the more I realized like this is definitely a $600 stream. Like it's
easily, yeah,
easily. Oh man, we got John 117. Let's just see that now. That's a Halo reference right there, right? John 117. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. What's going on with you?
I was just calling to just kind of weigh in on the whole situation and with Jay and all that. And it's just interesting how, I hate to be the guy that brings the they cry out as they strike you, but that's exactly what this whole situation is. I don't know if you heard the audio file about the conference that Father David was giving. Did you hear that?
Which one was it? Oh, no, so I didn't get to that yet. That's a good point. I didn't even pull up the OCA stuff yet. Yeah, kind of give us a rundown of that as you saw it. And be careful, because I hear wind blowing into your mic, so if there's a way to
okay.
avoid
Yeah, I'll step in my shed here. I'm just out here.
Cool. Thank you,
making
brother.
some raised garden beds.
Nice.
But yeah, let me step in my shed real quick.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so I listened to that audio file, and it was that conference that people were talking about, and it wasn't just about Jay, but he straight up called out Jay, Father Deacon Ananias, Father Peter Hears. Those were the main ones he was going after, and he dedicated. Yeah, so it was about the effective ones, and he was and it was a room full of priests and an archpriest, and he didn't name any of the priests except for one, Father Photius, which I don't know who that is, but so anyway, so it was a 50-minute talk, and he dedicated about 20 minutes of it, maybe a little more, to talking about how Jay's work is so horrible. But everything he brought up was lies or just misconstruing what he said. He said like, well, if you go to his website, it's about how Disney is trying to turn your kids G haywire, and just playing, like, downplaying the quote unquote conspiracy stuff, and how, he said, well, and be careful, because if you get emails from potential inquirers, and they're from Jay's, they're inquiring because of Jay's work, and they say so in the email, and you respond, oh, I don't recommend that. They'll screenshot it and post it in his Discord server, and then you'll get put on a list in his Discord server of priests and parishes to avoid.
That's so
That's like, that's so insane, because I'm in that Discord server, and there's no such list,
right,
like that.
Right.
So it's just all lies. And he said, oh yeah, another thing he said was like, Jay's work is promoted on YouTube because it gets clicks, and he debates these people, and so it's just the algorithm that promotes Jay, because Jay generates revenue for him.
The algorithm doesn't help him, dude. Like, that's all hard work. That's networking. That's pushing himself out there as hard as he could.
Jay is obviously suppressed by the algorithm. Not to mention, YouTube doesn't make any money off of him, because he's been demonetized for what, 3 years now?
Yep.
And so, and then, I mean, that's just kind of the rundown of it. And then I don't know if you saw the poll that this priest referenced. Did you see that?
No.
So
the thing I saw was the message that the priest had sent about how Jay admitted that he was a grifter. Jay's like, no, I didn't.
Oh, that's a different priest.
Yeah.
I mean, that priest, I mean, from everything I can tell, I mean, those were all lies.
Yeah.
But this Father David Galloway, he said, when he responded to Jay, he said, well, I'm just going off of a poll I sent out, and only 3% of the respondents of the poll said they recommended your work. And then, but he went into the methodology briefly, like, of how he did the poll in that talk he gave. And first of all, it was a school, like, paper he wrote at St. Vladimir's. And he said he sent it out to 60 priests. He didn't say how he chose the priests. He didn't say the methodology for choosing the priests. He also didn't say in this tweet that, which he admitted in his in that audio file, that only 30 priests responded, and supposedly out of those 30 priests, only one of those priests recommended Jay's work. I find that incredibly hard to believe, since I've seen, I know personally, like, so I'm in Texas, I know, and I've been to 5 parishes here, and every single one of the parishes here recommends Jay's work.
Yeah, it's like any of us.
3 of them know him personally.
If you've been to churches, it's impossible to find a parish that isn't full of people that, at least know about Jay's work. I've never met anybody personally that was like super, like, vocally like, don't listen to him, he's bad, he's a bad man. I'm sure they're out there, but it's like, I meet a lot of young people that appreciate his work. A lot of them. Yeah,
and so to me, it's just like, it's the same thing that's been happening since really Jay has had any notoriety. It's like people will attack Jay, like specifically this priest and Ben Cabe. They'll attack Jay, they'll ankle bite him, and then they get upset when he defends himself. And he said this priest was overweight.
Right.
And people are, oh my God, he called this priest fat. It's just like, the priest said that Jay rouses the passions because of his debate tactics. How is it not, okay, maybe he could have been a little more tactful on his response.
Sure.
But is gluttony any less of a passion than, I don't know, anger or whatever passion?
And hindsight is always 20/20, dude. Like, all of it, you can look at any one of us in Jay's position. We could all look at
exactly.
Like, it's just, And the poll thing, the whole thing about like, oh well, I made a poll and only one it's like, dude, they do that all the time, and it's so easy to fudge that kind of stuff.
Have you ever heard the book How to Lie with Statistics?
Exactly. Exactly.
So until this priest publishes or makes public how exactly he did this poll, as far as I'm concerned, it's a rigged poll. I mean, just the way it sounds like it was rigged. Like, how do we know how do we know who he sent it to?
Choose Camel cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like how do we know that he didn't send out this poll to people he knew how they would respond?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was it a randomized poll? No, it obviously wasn't random. So yeah, I mean, it's just the whole. It's the same pattern of attack Jay, he responds, and then they call him mean.
Right, and are they actually hitting on theological issues? Like, are they pointing out something that Jay is teaching that is incorrect, like that the church condemns? No. Of course, they're going to do the ad hominem. Of course, they're going to say, oh, he's harmful. They're going to use these vague terms. He's damaging the church life, like that one tweet I showed. He's got a bad behavior. These like vague things that don't mean anything. They never hammer down on anything that he's teaching that's wrong, because he's pretty strict on what he teaches. You know what I mean?
There's only been one tweet I saw, and it was like from an anonymous account, even saying like, oh, he said this theologically that's wrong, and it was actually the opposite. I don't remember where it was specifically, but he said the opposite of that. So it's like, at least, even though it was a lie, or maybe the guy just misunderstood. It's like,
the heretic. He was saying St. Augustine was a heretic. That's what the one father was saying. He's like, Jay said that St. Augustine was a heretic, and he's like, no, I didn't. I never said that.
Jay's never said that.
Right. So yeah, I think that's probably what you're talking about.
Jay's he's critiqued Father Romanides because of his hardline anti-Western views.
Right.
So like these people saying Jay is like some anti-Western guy
KGB shill.
Yeah, KGB shill that says St. Augustine isn't a saint. He's always been very upfront about how he critiques St. Augustine, and he's always been very reverent when doing so.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. I really appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us. Cause,
I appreciate you having me on. I'll jump off, but
all right, bro.
I just wanted to chime in real quick. All right, later, guys.
Thank you, man. God bless.
God bless.
Jethro, my brother, dude, is that really you?
Yeah. Can I get a large number one with a large fry and a shamrock shake? Please?
All right. Whoever said that $5, you gotta pay up. See, y'all gotta pay up now.
What? Is this not McDonald's?
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It's coming. It's coming your way. Just give me 1 second, all right? Maddie said he's gonna get right to it, brother. Yo, Jethro, the hardcorest moderator for our own Jay Dyer out there, dude. You are always in the chat, dude. I'll be like, oh, Jay's on the 3rd, 4th hour of the debate stream, and like me and
Voldemort.
Yeah, or that too. Me and Hendo tapped out 2 hours ago, and then I'll pop back an hour later, and Jethro's still in there modding. I'm like, that poor bastard.
Hey, if he'd make me a moderator, I'd be happy to be in there for the 3-4 hours. But okay, tried, and it didn't work.
Well, you know how Jay is. You have to beg him. He's just he's a celebrity, you know, and so you're a little person, he's a big person. You know how. You know, I'm just joking.
You have to share with Coot our secret handshakes and such before you get the wrench. Then you have to ask Jay. So it's a process, Coot. You have to go one step and then another.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have a lot of secret handshakes and secret.
Whoa! Who's this guy beside me on the screen?
Hi. I meant to come in with my avatar. I had a good avatar. Oh, but I was hello. I was wondering what you guys were talking about here. I heard somebody ordering something. I heard somebody ordering a shamrock shake. So I thought I would come in here. You notice that it says governor. I'm the next governor or something. I wanted to come in and say hello to you guys.
The promo code Jerry is Nahuta 50.
And I got whatever.
Tell us about your Egyptian cotton sheets.
Well,
I really
listen, whatever your beef is, I can tell by an accent, you know, with this Jerry fella that he's from somewhere, but it's not Minnesota. And my Giza Dream sheets are made in a factory in Minnesota. If you just come work for me, everything will be hunky-dory. Okay?
Okay. Is it true you did smoke crack, recently?
Listen, the only crack I see is the crack between the sheets of the bottom sheet and the cover sheet of these wonderful Giza sheets. Okay, hold on. I thought, okay, my avatar's working. I was a cat before, but now it's working. I'm having trouble with the technology. Hello?
Y'all just came in and derailed the whole show.
You're getting a phone call from Donald Trump right now, Mike Lindell. It's fantastic.
Dude, I'm dying. I'm dying. I got mute.
Are you talking about my close personal friend?
Yes, you're a fabulous guy. Yes. By the way, guys, I'll be going to prison on Tuesday. But you guys be sure you get out in the streets and protest, okay?
So what are we talking about? Who's this Jethro fella? I like his style.
Oh man, y'all!
I thought I was in line at McDonald's for real. Oh wait, can I mention McDonald's on your stream, Jerry? I'll
you
get
can.
in trouble.
No, we're actually
Okay.
endorsed. I'm hoping they'll pay me. So yeah, just just keep mentioning them. Maybe if we mention them enough times, they'll actually send me some money.
The price of tater tots is tripled. All right. I went in the grocery store and I said, why do they cost $9.99 now? That's too much. Hold on, my technology. Hold on, I'm trying to press pause.
What the hell? Oh my goodness, y'all subscribe to the Baselet Analyzer. What a great homie. I'm sorry, I mean Mike Lindell. Mike Lindell, who's of course MyPillow affiliate linked, exposing powerful lies, aka Lil Ewok. So put in the affiliate link Lil Ewok in the MyPillow website, and you will get 0% off of your next purchase. So shout out to Slow Boy Whiteboard for that $5 super chat. I think she liked the Mike Lindell. I think that's what that
Slow
was.
boy. Shout out, Slow boy.
She said for a pack of smokes. She knows I go to the bodega down the street. I get a $5 pack of cigarettes. It's the best deal in the whole wide world. Thank you, Slow Boy. I really appreciate you. Y'all, this has been a really fun show. This has been really fun. A lot more fun.
You know, the whole thing with Jay, I'm not going to dive into the current situation. I'm not qualified really to get into all that.
Yeah.
But all the people that are discovering, I guess they've just never watched his channel before. But, you know, and it could be an influx of people coming from Lord V. That would make sense. But I'm like, you guys, you have to go through his playlist and stuff to really get the vibe.
Right.
All the humor and all that. He's been doing that the entire time, people.
Right.
Like, it just didn't start out of nowhere. Like, that's just his personality, right?
Right, and that's what YouTube is. It's you. It's YouTube. It's your personality. Jay says all the time, I'm like selling my personality on the internet. You know, I'm just being me.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and he's done it. I mean, go back. I don't know how far back you want to go, but he's always been doing it.
Yeah, some of the earliest videos he did were those comedy bits where he was like pretending to be a Protestant pastor or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And John Hagee. He has a lot of bits where he's John Hagee.
Yeah, the Blood Moon Pies of Israel. Yeah.
Whoa. Hey, you guys, what's going on?
What's going on?
I was trying to get in earlier, but there was somebody taking up all the phone lines.
Yeah, that was Mike Lindell. Don't worry about him. He's fine.
Was.
Every once in a while he calls in. It's all
okay.
Good. He's one of those friends you just sort of tolerate. He means well. You know what I mean? He means well. He's a good guy. He's a good guy.
I thought it was when I first heard the voice, I was like, oh, Governor Jesse Ventura is calling
they
in.
Sound
they
so
sound a little
similar.
alike.
They sound so similar. Yeah,
Governor Jesse Ventura.
It's that Minnesota accent, dog. It's that Minnesota.
I want to tell you about Chris Kyle.
He's a liar. I don't believe you. I can't do it.
I don't believe you.
We would quote some lines from Predator, but I don't think we can get away with those on YouTube now. So.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, he's dug in there like an Alabama tick. That's his best line.
Oh, man. Dude, Jethro, it's been such an honor having you call in, man. I'm so glad you did. Even though you thought it was the McDonald's drive-thru, you know, I still appreciate it. You know,
I still am disappointed, just for the record, because I am hungry still. But I know Hendo will be going later, so
yes,
he'll pick me up.
I may have already been today, so
no, y'all the kingest of kings, especially Coot. Look at Coot up there, man. He is
just rocking.
He's a real one. Like, I saw him snorting a line earlier. Like, he turned the camera off for just a minute.
Of pumpkin pops.
Yes, of pumpkin pops. Yes.
I've been found out. I gotta go.
That's right.
Oh, now you're leaving. I call
Thank
you
you
out
so
and you're
much,
leaving.
brother.
I see how it is, Coot. I see how it is, my brother.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, for real. I appreciate all you guys, and honestly, like, big shouts out to Jay Dyer for even introducing us. I mean, that's the whole reason we're friends, is because of Jay Dyer. You know, to bring it back on topic. I mean, not to you know, freaking spend too much time talking about, but like, that's how we all met, and that's something I'm really grateful for, man. So we all become pretty good friends over this last 4 years or whatever.
Totally. And I don't think Jay probably doesn't. Well, I'm sure he probably does realize it to a certain extent, but it really has. I mean, it is kind of, in a way, the house Jay built. Kind of, we're all in it.
Yep.
Now I'm sounding like a sycophant or whatever. I guess I'm in a cult.
You're a Dyer, right?
I apologize. I'm a cult member. Like,
yeah, no, I mean, you guys, Rachel, I mean, the list goes on. Even like Jim Bob, like all these great people, they all it's like I always say, real recognizes real. They see somebody that's real, that's doing, real stuff that's actually like helpful, that helps people. We learn from it. And it's cool, and the sycophants, the weirdos, the creepers, like, all the real people are gonna see that and be like, that's cringe, dude. That's creepy. That's stupid. And then that's not what we're gonna gravitate towards. But we gravitate towards the real ones, like y'all, like Slow Boy, like Ellie, like Dr. Crispy Johnson, like all the homies up in the house.
Look at all those homies you just put on screen. My goodness,
saying, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Ellie with the accent. I mean, I can't even do the accent. It's just like,
That's like the whole other side of the globe, Jeff. That's the exact opposite of your accent.
Yeah, exactly. I'm closer to Crispy, but we can't get Crispy on.
That's very true, actually. That's very true. The bluegrass has the Celtic sort of what do you call it? Celtic influence, right? So maybe the accent from down south has a Celtic influence too. You ever think of that?
It does. No, it does. Yeah, really? Yes. I know this for a fact. Okay. Trivia machine. Bluegrass and country music are huge, especially in Northern Ireland. The big selling music, and that's because the hillbilly name comes from. Well, Crispy's not going to like this, but the hillbilly name comes from Northern Ireland, because Billy. We said this before. Billy is from King Billy, from King William, right? And those are the Scots Irish. Right. So, in America, when people say, "Oh, I'm Irish," right? Well, if you're from the north, then you probably are Irish. But if you're from the south, then you're probably Scots Irish, which means you're from Northern Ireland. So that's where it comes from.
Which William are you talking about?
William yes. Oh, okay. Yes, William Jefferson Clinton.
Yeah. How dare you, Hendo?
How dare you?
How dare you?
Dare you? From William III, William of Orange, William and Mary.
Moldy says, has Jerry had Jim Bob on before? Yeah, man. Just go click on my channel's name or just type in Exposing Powerful Lies Jim Bob. We had a whole 3-hour-long show with Jim Bob, just me and Jim Bob, yucking it up, talking about stuff. It was a fun show, man. I definitely want to have Jim Bob back on, but
Jim Bob, good people.
He's just such a bigot. He's such a mean bigot. All these meanies, all these mean bigots out there. I don't know.
There you go. Crispy says country, western, and rural Ireland. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, no, I love bluegrass. Actually, bluegrass is one of my favorite types of music. It is my all-time favorite type of music, and it's why I liked Father Ananias. As soon as I heard that he liked bluegrass, I was like, that's all I need to know. I like him. He's my kind of guy. Anybody that likes bluegrass, I can get with.
My favorite type of music is 90s Y2K electro R&B.
Nice.
It's called Y2K wave.
Nice.
There's Big T. Shout out to Mickey.
Y'all, what up?
The man, Macho Mick.
What's happening? Can y'all hear me?
I can.
Okay. Well, I hear y'all talking about some rebel rousing guy. This man, Jay Dyer, Dryer, I think is the last name. But I'm telling you right now, he came into my studio. He wanted to just jump right into the war room. He just grabbed all the super male vitality. We're doing rails of it, folks. I mean, rails of it. And it was flying. I mean, he was hooting and hollering. But let me tell you right now, these ecumenical councils that you speak of, I mean, the ecumenism that is taking place with the absurdity of the Pope. Okay, this pee-pee and the poo-poo Pope. I mean, folks, if you don't know, just go to Jay Dyer's actual website and just find out. I mean, these people are railroading him, and I won't watch it happen. But just wanted to chime in here real quick as a bird with a broken wing just minute over here.
Well, Alex, I honestly, to have you on the show, I think we just have to prerequisite by saying that we disavow you completely, that you're the worst person to have ever lived. You deserve to be put into a prison and kicked once a day by a random SJW. You are responsible for all the world's evil, all the violence ever committed in the world, and you should have all of your money taken from you and never be allowed to speak publicly again. Now that we got that out of the way, the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, if we could just get a Piers Morgan Papa Ewok boxing match, then all will be revealed. Let me tell you right now, I would love to get that funded by BLA because I know he'd love to see that, and he could be my Mickey. I mean, I just want to turn to him and have him just like give me all the Gatorade I need, so I need my electrolytes. But
Truth Seeker says he kind of sounds like Lord Voldemort. Yeah, you're kind of getting that, Truth Seeker. I think you're starting to pick up on the joke.
I just want your dog taken away. That's it. I don't care about anything else.
That's another thing that they come after Dyer for is the conspiracy angle. That's the easiest angle to get him on. Is he's a tinfoil hat guy. He's a conspiracy guy, and it's just like, okay, because if you bring up like real conspiracies in history, all of history is a freaking conspiracy. It's like the conspiracies aren't real. Okay.
Yes, the dumbest of dumb type of insult. Like, have you watched any of the streams? Have you watched any of these books? Have you seen? It's just total ad hominem all the time. Right. I see it every day. You jump on Twitter and you see anything with JD.
Yep, and it's the appeal to the normie. It's the appeal to the normie, right? The appeal to the normie fallacy.
Totally. Because it's lazy. Because I mean, it's like you're saying. If you actually watch the streams, if you read the articles, he's not talking about the. I don't know what I know, like the planet maybe not being a circle. You know what I mean? He's not talking about like all this goofy kind of stuff. Like, oh, I have this whatever thing that gives me information. This like being from a star, and it's like no, this is actual real
planet Nibiru.
So wait, I'm not a star seed?
Oh, of course you are. You're the best star seed, Mickey. You're
the
biggest star seed. You shine so bright. Yeah, you too, Cooter. Y'all shine so bright.
Man, I gotta say, what you're saying right now and talking about just like normies and how they receive the message and everything, I'm not gonna dox the person I'm talking about. I will just say he is clergy. I'll just say it straight up. He is the priest of the church I've been going to, but I'm definitely rethinking my choice on the Greek Orthodox Church for a lot of reasons.
And like we said earlier, Chase is in the Greek Church. Like it's all parish by parish. If it's a canonical Orthodox church, it's a canonical Orthodox church. But as times go on and as shiz gets realer and realer, like you just have to like be in the community and know who's there. And are you with like trusted people? Like, are the people that you're with know what's going on?
Right.
Are they aware of like the situation in the world? If not, well, then when things get real, like they did with Koof, are they going to defend you, or are they going to just lift you up to the side? Are they going to shut your churches down? They're going to do all that stuff. So it's just common sense at this point. You gotta know who you're with.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm blessed. I've got a couple of really solid people that I am friends with that are a little bit older, definitely wiser, have been in the fold for a lot longer, and I appreciate that. But just speaking in regards to the priest, he believes in the change of climate. That's one thing. That's definitely really interesting. I found. Considering the fact that the first time I ever met with the guy, I brought up Jay Dyer, I brought up, the patristic faith crew, and kind of wanted to point him toward that to see where he was at, and doesn't seem like he's ever really taken a look into it. I don't know, maybe he has, but he's never.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like it's okay. Like not everybody has to be exactly woke. You know what I mean, on every little thing, but it's just like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to give the wrong impression like that. Like, but it's like when you're a shepherd you should know at least a little bit about like how the Antichrist spirit works, and like ecumenism, like the main stuff, like what's attacking the church right now. What looking into the future is going to be the main struggles that we're facing as a church, like that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't need my priest to be like, oh, NASA, we never went to the moon. You know what I mean? Like I don't. It's like it's fine, whatever. And also I do want to make the clear that even if you let's say there's only one church in your town, and it's like the priest, isn't woke at all. He's not, conspiracy. What? It's like whatever. It's still a church. Still go there and be in the church,
Absolutely.
But if you got options, definitely try to find a good one, where you can be amongst people that can band together during times like COVID, when they say shut down your churches. You can say, nah, we're good. We're gonna stay open.
Well, speaking of ecumenism, yesterday I was watching.
On that.
Sorry. Oh, you hear me? Yeah. Sorry. Yesterday I was watching. Just sidetrack. I was watching Mandalorian season 3, episode 3. Okay.
Is that the one with the baby Yoda?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love that little guy.
It's so precious. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So they go to this new planet. There's a side story, and they go to this new planet. And the planet, they say like this planet has 9 trillion people on it, and it's a city planet.
Right.
And the city planet is called Ecumen World.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
mm-hmm. Did you know that? That's a sweet fact. So it's a globalist world where everybody lives on the and they live in pods.
Mm-hmm.
They live in their coon pods on the Ecumen planet. Okay,
really?
Cool fact. Sorry to derail. Go ahead, Kids.
Wow.
No, that was interesting. That was I wasn't sure if you were like doing a bit there, but we started about the
that's real.
But that's
keep
that's
up,
pretty
Coop.
fascinating.
Come on
now.
Don't act like you've seen season 3, dude. I'm ahead of you in Mandalorian lore. Mandalore.
In the Mandalore.
Mandalore. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna say. I mean, the one of the accusations that speaking of like being woke is it's not exactly related, but you see this accusation levied at like, oh well, it's like just to bring it back to Jay, it's like, oh, he brings in all these extremely online people, and it's like, okay, well, first of all, and it can be annoying dealing with people who are like terminally online, like we've all run into these people, but that's an unfair accusation, because it's like this dude's got over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, like and his reach is bigger than that, and so like just to get like to act like it's his fault that people who find this kind of content and may spend way too much time online, but it's like, why would you not want those people there? You know what I mean? It's such a weird accusation to live.
Well, no, that's a really good point. That's a really good point, and I think we talked about it a little bit earlier about they never like hit on anything that's like theologically bad that he is teaching that the church condemns, because that would be an easy win for his haters. That would be an easy win. It's like, nope, you're teaching heresy, get out of here, and then everybody would reject it, right? So they always got to use these stupid things, whether it's ad hominems or, like we said earlier, they appeal to the normie fallacy with the conspiracy stuff, or it's like, find like the crazy people in the audience, which of course there's going to be some sycophants. Of course there's going to be like weirdos and stuff in 100,000 subscribers. Yeah, there's going to be a few weirdos in there, and they're going to find one thing and use that and be like, see this? Oh, one random quote-unquote ortho bro said that Owen Benjamin was going to hell, so now Owen Benjamin thinks that Jay Dyer said it. Like, no, he didn't, That's some weird kid that's probably not even in the church.
I'm Christian.
I'm Christian. Oh, I want to shout out Jason Scholl, who sent in the $5 Jethro fund, Jethro fee, I should say. So thank you so much, Jethro. You made me $5, brother. And
making it right.
I was getting ready to drop all them names, man. I was gonna say, who said they were going to super chat? They better be super chatting right now.
But now I'm conflicted, because now I don't know if Jethro's my best friend or if Jason's my best friend, dude. So y'all are gonna have to fight it out. I don't know who made me the money. Was it Jason or was it Jethro? I don't know.
Jason says,
well, Jerry, you actually.
Jason, just real quick. Jason asked in the chat. I lost it. Something about
Does anyone have any theories what holy book will be the one world religion book once the aliens bring new revelation after landing? Theosophy, Masonry, Urantia book.
Yeah, new age evolutionary theology mixed with, I mean, that's what theosophy is, right? With panspermia, some sort of mix of, human beings seeded by aliens, and panspermia combined with some sort of
Panspermacy.
panspermacy, mixed with theosophy. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a good I don't want to say guess, but yeah, I would say something like that. Some sort of pseudo Christianity. It's definitely going to be hitting on Christ. It's going to be, oh, this is what really Christ taught. This is the secret message. This is the true message. But the church, they were just confused. They mixed it up. They didn't understand the deep. It's all, we're all one. We're all star seeds. Shit like that. Like,
saying that Christ is one of the ascended masters.
Yeah.
And that, here's the next one, I guess, or was a prophet.
Or he was an alien. Yeah,
right.
He was an alien.
Was an alien ascended, being one of the ascended masters, one of the Great White Way.
Right.
And now it's time to intervene because the aliens have seen what, we've done as their creation.
Yep.
And I think
y'all made
nukes. You could get some like John M. Allegro in there where it's like, oh, we got to bring in the mushrooms because like that guy claimed that Jesus was like a magic mushroom or whatever, and it's just, I don't know. I think that very well could factor.
Don't forget though. There's also the I Am discourses by the ascended master Saint Germain. Yeah. All right, now I can absolutely. This is how human I am. So I'm not just an avatar, folks. I made a huge mistake when I bought this book. I thought that this was a Saint Germain of the Orthodox faith. I got it on Amazon. It comes in the mail. I start reading this and I'm like, what is this crap? I mean, it is straight up just Masonic mixings and trappings with like Urantia and all that silly stuff, alien type starseed crap.
Right.
It's just like BLA said. I mean, this is just like it's like a salad, like a mixed salad of all this stuff, and that seems like that certainly will be the case. And
there's room in the Antichrist for everything that isn't Christ. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's literally room for everything except the truth.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So you like mushrooms? You could take mushrooms and still be in our club. If you like, McDonald's. If McDonald's is your religion, you can have McDonald's. You just can't have Christ.
We need Jay to get with McKenna impression right now. I feel we're missing that. Right now.
Right. Oh man, thank you guys so much for joining us, dude. I don't want to wrap it up, but I kind of feel like we should while we're ahead. You know what I mean? It's been such a great show. It's been a banger show, dude. Way better than I thought it was gonna be. And y'all just made my day. I hope y'all made my day calling in. Jethro, BLA. Mixkey, this is great, man. This is like a dream come true for me, man. Having all the Kangs on screen at once. Shit.
Oh my goodness, and especially Coot with that jacket, man.
I know. Yeah, he did a wardrobe change.
Sheepskin. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I had to cut it. There was a bracket going on.
Real.
I was going to say, Jerry, you actually. I don't know what happened there.
All right, what were you saying, Coot?
Remix.
I was going to say you actually made $10 off of that. So Jason put up $5, and I told you I'll send you another $5 after the stream. So I said if Jethro called in, I'll send you another $5 if we actually got him to call in.
Oh, I think you said 55. Cool. I'm pretty sure you said you were going to send a 50.
Well, Jerry, are you our PIMP or something? What is going on here?
Dude, it ain't so. Jethro.
We're making you all the money.
Jethro,
we're getting any money.
Jethro, it's not easy, but it is necessary. All right, okay. That's all I got to say. And I will. Don't worry, I will read all the super chats before we wrap it up. Amptown, I think said I sent you another one. Did Amptown say that? Yeah, Amptown said I sent you another one. I am gonna check before we do the final wrap up. Let's see. Amptown says I thought I was your best friend, but how does this drama with Jay relate to Macbeth? That's a great question, honestly. Have y'all ever heard of Shakespeare before? Have you ever heard of this guy named Shakespeare?
That was a high class super chat, and I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you for sending that money.
Yeah, how
I know you got something on this.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sitting here watching Full Metal Jacket in the background. So
Nice. Nice. Well, I know how that relates to because Jay's Kubrick analysis is the best out there, dude. There's no better Kubrick breakdowns, especially on like Eyes Wide Shut, than Jay's stuff on that. Honestly. Yep. Honestly, man. If y'all haven't seen his Eyes Wide Shut and his Shining stuff, that stuff is really good.
Oh, Eyes Wide Shut. They got like 322 million views, man. Like
that's right.
That was a huge one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, shoot, y'all. All right, I'm going through one last time. I'm going to check all the monies that Jethro made me personally. And Jethro, I'll give you a big blown kiss right to you, Jethro. Here's this one's for you.
Oh,
there you go.
I grabbed it. I know you can't see me, but I grabbed it.
I know you did. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the guests, the viewers, everybody that came and hung out. And big shouts out to JD for sharing it out. Really made it a much better show. And really, much love to you guys. And everybody, go subscribe to the Baselit Analyzer. Go subscribe to Digital Minefield. Jethro, you want me to shout your channel out? I saw you just posted a video the other day.
You know what?
Want me to shout it out or keep it?
The best of the best.
It's up to you, PIMP.
Sub to everybody out there. Sub to Jethro GPT. And follow Jethro on Instagram because he posts the best cringe, and that first post is a killer. So shout out to
the best, man. Y'all the best of the best, for real.
Heck yeah. And then they got Mixkey Tech Noir Graphics on Instagram. Follow him as well.
Macho
Tech
Man.
Noir Graphics. He's the best, dude. The best.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, I'm gonna get me some nice McD's milk Shakespeare's for my man Bill A. Real
That's right. And of course, we got to shout out our homies. We got Tristan Haggard on YouTube and Rockfin. We got David Patrick Harry, Church of the Eternal Logos on YouTube and Rockfin. Jay's Analysis, Jay Dyer, everybody knows him. And then we got Father Turbo, The Royal Path, one of my favorite YouTube podcasts out there. He's going to be on the show in 2 days, so keep an eye out for that. And who am I forgetting?
Slow Boy Whiteboard.
Slow Boy Whiteboard. Subscribe to Slow Boy.
Chase Haggard on YouTube. Chase Haggard on YouTube.
Yep, Chase Haggard on YouTube and Instagram. Rachel Wilson on YouTube. Jamie Hanshaw on YouTube. The Crucible.
Patristic Faith.
Patristic Faith. Thank you. There's so many, dude. There's so
Sam
many.
Hyde. Nick Mullen.
100.
Merchant Royce.
That's right. Revenge of the Sith.
Our close personal friends.
Let's just start listing off every YouTube channel we watch.
Rob Ager. I don't know.
Anyways, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and God bless all you guys. And I will catch you guys in 2 days. I'll be back with another one. And shoot, man, that's it.
All right, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.